Hey, welcome back, everyone. I want to apologize. I know I haven't done a video in about a month. I came down with a severe case of COVID. Went to the urgent care. They sent me to the ER. Ended up being long COVID. I still have a little bit of a cough, a few other symptoms, but I had every symptom in the book. I didn't want to do a video for you guys where I was drinking water constantly, coughing, using cough drops. It wouldn't have been good. I don't think any of you would have appreciated constant coughing in a video, so we're back at it now, and I want to continue our series where I show new players where they do have the ability to farm, whether they have no aspect or a low level aspect. I'm going to go out there without a chain on, unaspected, and show you how to handle some of these scenarios. So this is the Shelter Moongate for you new players. Just head on up to it, hit the Moongate. We're going to go ahead and start over in Andaria this time around. So there's two spots I'm going to show you guys today. The first spot's going to be for newer, maybe intermediate level players, depending on where you consider yourself. And what I mean by that is someone with maybe one link unlocked, tier 2 to 4 aspect level, mid-level armor. If you're a summoner or a tamer who can take the hits easily without worrying about their own health, this spot will be easy for you. If you're a pure dexer, someone who's starting that way, which I don't recommend, and I'll get into just in a little bit here, you're going to want to avoid the one special attack these units have. We're going to head from Andaria Moongate, go east, follow the path, maybe northeast, using cardinal directions, guys. I don't use the UO map. I am using the UO map. I've just orientated it so that it is cardinal directions, straight north, straight south. I was never a fan of the way they set that up. So we're going over to the rolling hills. Over here, the mob you're going to be looking for is the antlion. The antlion drops roughly 400 to 600 gold a kill, and they have one ability you need to look out for. This ability will hit you for 60 damage as a newer player. There is no way you're not going to take a ton of damage for this if you get hit by it. It's a burrow type of ability. When it goes underground, it's going to come up within 3 to 4 seconds, and here I'll be able to show you here. It hits you for quite a lot of damage. Now, I do have defensive stance rolling. I'm going to turn that off, go sunder. It's digging. I'm going to wait for it. It missed. Okay, I moved a little too soon, a little preemptive, but I'm not going to kill it right away as I am not aspected right now. I don't have my chain on. I'm standard skills just with codexes. So, this burrow ability again, or digs ability, there you go, is minus 28. That's with bulwark up. That's about a 40% damage reduction right there. That's the only damage reduction besides the 71 armor I have. So as you can see, it hits pretty hard. If I had no damage reduction, no bulwark, I'm estimating 50 to 60 damage a hit. Now, that being said, as you saw, I dodged it. I didn't even mean to. It's so easy to dodge, you don't have to think about it. As soon as you see it dig, move away. Whether you want to go straight line, run zigzags, just don't double back. And you should be just fine. So again, this area is for the average mid-tier player, someone who's running down to dungeons, finding it difficult to farm, because let's be honest, guys, from right now until January 8th, dungeons are going to be a nightmare. Not just for you, but even the more experienced players are struggling to get kills. They are packed to the brim. I don't think I've seen this many people in dungeons since the last Christmas event when I started. Even then, I don't think it's quite as many back then as it is now. So, all right, for you newer players, instead of hitting the antlions here, if you're confident as a new player, go for it. Don't want you to not feel like you shouldn't go here. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. It's lucrative. Generally not crowded, but will be checked by PK, so make sure you have that recall macro ready to go. But for you brand new players, you guys who want a farm to go to that's not imps or mongbats that get clapped easily, on say 2 melee slings type of deal. You're not looking to farm mongbats or gorillas or snakes or anything like that. We're going to go over to the Norse Settlement. Now, the easiest way to do this would be going from Outpost, going directly west from the Moongate through the cave tunnel, but this works just as well. On the way there, you'll find a couple Edens, a few mobs to kill. You'll explore the landscape a little bit, kind of learn this area, which I recommend every new player does. Run around. Run around with cheap gear. Learn the layout. Find some spawn locations you like. Chances are you'll stumble on one that really isn't active and will be free and clear for you to farm without repercussion of reds killing you or other players griefing your farm session. People do tend to grief on this server. That's what's going to happen when you have so many players. So find somewhere tucked away, enjoy the solo farm, don't get interrupted. It's better than fighting for every mob in a dungeon right now. Again, we were talking about at the beginning why I don't recommend going pure Dexer. It relies on a lot of links. And what I mean by that is it requires accuracy links, requires defensive links, especially to start. As a melee Dexer, without any form of barding, summon pets, any assistance, you're the one taking all the hits. Mobs on Outlands got a buff this year. They hit a lot harder than they used to. That guy that just hit me for 27 might have hit me for 8 before the buff. Now, that being said, 71 armor, no aspect. The only thing I have going are my codexes right now, just for the sake of showing you anyone can handle these mobs. Again, as a newer player, guys, if you look on the map here, when I said it was easier to get here via outpost, I wasn't kidding. Here's the Moongate. You can go from Shelter or any other Moongate that's connected to these Moongate systems, hit outpost, run directly west, through the cave, just keep going west. You may want to stop in the cave. It's roleplay oriented, some cool stuff in there. Actually, really cool stuff. But don't stay for too long. Vile may take offense and come kill you. So run on through, head on over to the Norse Settlement, and you're going to find that a lot of these mobs drop 150 to 300 gold to kill. There might be a unique mob in here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure if there is. I haven't personally spent too much time here farming. Not much reason for me to. But generally, these mobs aren't too difficult. Honestly, it might be the mage that you might have the most difficulty with. We'll see in a second. Just because it's magic damage, you can't really mitigate it with armor so much. But if you have magic resist, you should be just fine. So this is the Norse Settlement, guys. It's about 15 spawns. Mobs are fairly easy. If you're aspect tier 0, you should be just fine here. And as you can see, there's no competition at the moment. Generally, reds don't check this location. Most reds don't want to kill the new players. If you just happen to be in their way, they might. But most of them won't check this because what's the point? They're killing you for 1,000 gold. It's not worth their time or effort. They're generally running through dungeons, high-end farms such as Snow Fortress, or the 4 demon spot. They really don't want anything to do with you. Now, let's say you're a Dexer. You could take advantage of this as a new player. Get lumberjacking. Go swords, get lumberjacking. Lumberjack and kill stuff all you if you have to be a Dexer, do something else with that character. If you're kind of leery about being a Dexer, I highly recommend building a scavenger, a bard, a summoner, a tamer, a thief, a lumberjack, a miner. Almost anything other than pure Dexer is going to be more efficient at farming gold in the early game. And I highly recommend doing that. Now, lumberjacking is the easiest in my opinion. You could run with your 3 accounts, get a lumberjacking script, and work 3 lumberjacks at a time. 5,000 logs is roughly 60,000 gold in the game. To get 5,000 logs on 3 lumberjacks on a new lumberjack should take you about an hour. It's really not too bad. I highly recommend going that route, getting yourself funded first before diving in. If you know you want to be a pure Dexer, go for it. I did that. I slogged through it. That's why I'm recommending you don't. But if you're fully committed to it, no problem. Go for it. I'm sure you'll be fine. You know what you want. But if you're not sure, again, start with a scavenger, anything but a pure Dexer, guys. All right, that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. I have people asking me for advice every day. I don't mind it. Just do me one favor. Don't get upset if I don't respond to you right away. I've had it happen a few times now. I have a life too, guys. I have a family. Got a girlfriend. Got a dog, a house, a job. I've got things I need to do as well. But the moment I do have time to sit down and look through Discord, I promise I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm more than happy to help. Seriously, I want you guys to enjoy the game as much as I do. Feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube section. Let me know what you want to see. After I'm done with the new player series and the dungeons here, the next up is going to be a progressive spawn. So if you're curious about that, just want to know what it is, you can DM me now or wait till my first video comes out. You guys have a good one till the next video.